I'm bringing out my Winston Churchill action figure today because we're going to talk about all the weapons and snipers that were used to protect the people and, of course, the royal elites during the funeral procession of Queen Elizabeth II in England. Let's talk about this when we get back. Hey folks, I'm Mark Smith, host of the Four Boxes Diner, proud American gunner, constitutional attorney, member of the United States Supreme Court Bar, and best-selling author. If you have not subscribed to the Four Boxes Diner, please do so, and please follow us on at Four Boxes Diner on Twitter and other social media because we're trying to spread the word about this critical Second Amendment channel. Okay folks, here we go. And I'm here with Winston Churchill, my action figure of Winston Churchill that I borrowed from a friend. We're here to talk about the royal procession involving Queen Elizabeth II, but not specifically about the procession, but about all the security they had. Why am I going to do this with Winston Churchill here, who, by the way, actually really liked guns as it was big into guns. So I think he'd have been on our side if he were alive today. His mother was an American, don't forget, so I think he had a lot of American tendencies, which is a reason why we like him, in addition to the fact he helped save civilization from, among others, the Nazis. So let's turn to the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II. Well, it turns out, according to all reports, this is the largest gathering of security personnel basically in the history of the United Kingdom for anything like this. Now, I have no problem that the United Kingdom decided to spend money on, 10,000 police officers, 1,500 soldiers and snipers and AR-15s and all sorts of weaponry to protect the citizens and the people involved with the funeral processions. I totally understand that. That's perfectly fine. But what galls me, of course, is that these are the same people, many of the same people in England say we should get rid of our guns here in the United States and be more like them. But of course, the reality is that while the ordinary person in England, of course, is disarmed and is not legally allowed to use guns for self-defense, when it comes to the royal elites and the elites of the UK, they get all the best firepower. They get snipers. They get people on the buildings. They get all the cool guns, right? They get all the stuff when it comes to VIPs. In fact, I just want to point this out, that in the wedding of Meghan Markle and Harry, Prince Harry at the time, and I wrote this in my book, Duped, guess how much they spent? They spent $42 million on that royal wedding involving Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who's now in LA, right? $42 million, and of that, 94% of that figure went to security. Check out my book, Duped, and you can get the details about that. Now, who attended that wedding? That included people like George Clooney and Oprah went to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding, which cost $42 million, most of which went to security. Of course, we know what this is all about. This is part of the do as I say, not as I do, because I'm more important than you. Rule that anti-gunners across the globe embrace. Now, there's a great quote by Peter Schweitzer, who, as you know, wrote many books, including about the Clinton Foundation and on and on and on. You probably see him on Fox News all the time. He wrote a very good book on this topic about liberal hypocrisy. And what he said is, despite the fact that they often speak of their convictions with genuine conviction, these do-as-I-say liberals don't actually trust their ideas enough to apply them at home. And I think a great example of Peter's point is the fact that when it comes to guns, they want guns, which goes back to my point that the anti-gun lobby is not anti-gun. They just don't want you or me to have guns. They want all the guns in the world. They want to have the guns. So they're pro Chuck Schumer having guns. They're pro Nancy Pelosi having guns. And they're pro Joe Biden having guns. And they're pro the royals in England having guns. And Meghan Markle and Prince Harry having guns. But they don't want us to have guns. And that, of course, is quite galling. There's a famous quote by George Orwell, not in his book 1984, but in his book Animal Farm. And it goes like this: all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. And that's exactly what we have here in modern-day American Animal Farm. At least that's what the anti-gun community wants. They want to have the special protection, and we will be denied that because we know the reality is that they want all Americans disarmed except for their special friends and themselves. That's how they view it. But the reality is we know that real life is not a Hollywood movie. In the real world, Charlize Theron is not going to be able to take out a whole group of East German security, killers or anything like that. And by the way, the anti-gunners know this too, because in England, which is anti-gun, they bring out all their guns to protect the royal family. So the guns must have some purpose. Otherwise, why are they bringing out 1,500 snipers or 1,500 soldiers and all these armed security guards to protect all the people involved with the funeral procession if the guns don't help, right? They recognize, of course, the reality that Scarlett Johansson and all these other people simply cannot beat up people twice their size. And people need guns to stop bad people from doing bad things. This is the reality of it. And again, it really bothers me because these people that want us to give up our guns are really the anti-civil rights people. They want us to give up our rights and our liberties in the name of security, which in the end we will get neither if we lose our right to keep and bear arms, which will not happen, by the way, here in the United States at least. Okay, I hope you learned a little bit something today about the security involved with the royal funeral of Queen Elizabeth II. If you haven't subscribed to the Four Boxes Diner, please do so, and we'll see you again here at the Four Boxes Diner.
Orders up. Table 2A.